In 1807, Napoleon had one goal in mind: to conquer the world. To achieve this, he made a fake alliance with the King of Spain, Charles IV. He used this alliance to take over Spain and make his brother the new king.
The Spaniards were not happy, and on May 2nd of 1808 there was a large rebellion. This rebellion did not end well, and on the 3rd of May the rebels were captured and murdered by the French army.
Francisco Goya was a famous Spanish painter, who is sometimes considered one of the first modern painters. In other works, he has shown sympathy to the French, but watching the massacre of hundreds of his fellow Spaniards left an awful image in his mind. He painted 2 pieces to remember these horrible actions, but we will focus on the 3rd of May.
The 3rd of May is sometimes considered to be the first modern painting, and is very well known. The painting shows a group of French soldiers getting ready to shoot a Spanish man, who has his arms out in submission. There are many dead bodies by the man's feet, and a row of people behind him, preparing to be shot. This image shows the horrors of these 2 days.
Goya added a lot of symbolism into his artwork, especially with the main figure in this piece. This man is meant to represent Jesus, with his arms spread out, on his knees, sacrificing himself for the good of his nation. The man is bathed in a white, almost spiritual light, and on his right hand is a hole, or stigmata, just like Jesus would have had when he was crucified.
Many artists, like Monet and Picasso, have used this piece to base similar pieces off of. It is extremely influential, and that is why we chose to use it for our project.
It's Construct Productions. Hey.
For our project, we chose to show how technology, especially social media, controls our lives. Just like the French taking over Spain, social media has taken over our lives, and most people do not go a day without checking some form of social media. Human beings have come to the point where we depend on technology to do everything and anything for us, such as keeping ourselves organized. Technology is becoming a part of who we are.
In our rendition of the 3rd of May, the French soldiers have been replaced with various social media platforms, and the victim of these shootings are your average high school kids. Also, the castle in the background has now been replaced with a cityscape, where you might find social media users. We believe that social media is so prevalent now that it stifles people's ability to learn and fit into society.
Social media users between the ages of 15 and 19 spend an average of 3 hours a day on social media. 28% of iPhone users check their Twitter feeds before they even wake up in the morning. The average American spends a quarter of their workday on social media for non-work related activities.
Just like the French soldiers entered Spain and destroyed Spaniards' livelihood, social media is doing the same thing to us. In our painting, the bodies in the white jumpsuits represent technology as a whole. You can see these figures coming out of the smartphone in the bottom right corner. These figures show how technology is taking over. Technology has become so routine in our lives today, no one stops to think how much time we actually spend staring at our phone or a computer screen.
Social media like Twitter and Facebook has become a part of our everyday lives, just like eating breakfast or using the bathroom. People are so used to checking their phones and computers that they don't stop to think about how much time they are wasting by doing this. Twitter, Facebook, and texting are all extremely addicting. Dopamine is the main reason for this phenomenon. Dopamine was discovered in 1958 by Arvid Carlsson and Niels Ake Hillerp at the National Heart Association of Sweden. Dopamine is created in various parts of the brain, and it is critical in thinking, sleeping, mood, and reward. It controls pleasure and motivation to seek out behaviors like food or drugs. Dopamine causes you to seek out, desire, and want things like information. Since social media provides this information, it is inherently addicting. Various brain scans actually show that more activity is put out when anticipating a reward than actually getting one. So when you're anticipating a text or waiting for favorites on your newest Facebook post, you're experiencing a lot of brain activity. This causes a dopamine loop that makes you want to check your Gmail, your Twitter, and your Facebook even more often.